Hi there, and welcome to Andy Robinson RC, and cheers for checking out the channel today, and checking out this episode with us. Okay, so what have we got today for you? Well, we've got this little sort of curiosity. This is a Tamiya Voltec Fighter. So I'm sure some of you out there will know what these are, but there might be a lot that don't. I think they ended up being a fairly unpopular thing. So they're like quite a bit of a curiosity these days. You do see them popping up for sale on eBay and things, and vary in price and condition, like anything I guess. But I got this one last week. Basically, picked it up for a really good price. I think I gave £60 for it, so I thought that was pretty good, to be honest. Anyway, I've got some notes because I shall forget, no doubt. So, let's move that a sec. So what we've got here, as I said, my pen down there, don't need that. So what we've got here is a 1997 RC Boys Voltec Fighter, and this was released in late 1997, but about mid-December. And then the following year, 1998, they released two more models, the Wild Scepter and the Thunder Blitz. Now, years and years ago, I did have a Wild Scepter for I don't know, a short space of time. I never really did anything with it. I can't remember why I bought it. But I had the Wild Scepter, and but I got moved on. So this is kit 57602. And as I say, there's three in the range, the three I've just mentioned. Interestingly, the Wild Scepter supposedly came with a lightweight prop shaft in it. Now, I don't know if it's because it's extra heavy because of all the bodywork and things like that, and the tyres. I think that one had almost Subaru Brat tyres on it, if I remember correctly. So it might have been quite weighty. Maybe that's why they put the lightweight prop in. They all came with 380 motors. Okay. And the idea of these cars was, you'll know that Tamiya make lots of other plastic model kits, but they also have these mini four-wheel drive racers that you assemble. You put batteries in and the small motors, you can tune them up, and they go around the tracks. They call it the four-wheel drive mini racers. So I think the idea was really is to sort of try and sort of merge that gap between the four-wheel drive mini racers and RC cars, so you can see where it's got that sort of styling from. So that's what they tried to do, and they tried to get younger kids into RC, but I don't really think it worked very well. So I don't think they're ever for sale for a great deal of time, and now you just see them now and again. But yeah, I thought it'd be worth getting one on to show you. I think it's quite a cool thing. If nothing more than a bit of a curiosity. So this one came ball race. Luckily, they just come in brass bushings and plastic bushings as well. The vehicle, we'll take the shell off and I'll show you properly. It has no suspension whatsoever. It's not even English whatsoever. Look, no suspension at all. Actually, pretty much like the four-wheel drive mini racers. It's got a rather unique body mount. Again, I'll look at the back there. I'll show you that as well. I do like the clipless body post mounting on this. Gear discs front and rear. How much was it? Yeah. Also, as well, they did an optional rear wing for this as well. Now, there is, if anyone's familiar with, it's mainly an online sort of website and blog. It's by the RC Racer. Does a lot with Tamiya TRF cars as well. But I'll put a link into this video description for his website. You should go and check it out. There's loads of cool stuff on there. But he did quite an in-depth build article on one of these. So you should go and check that out on his website anyway. So I'll put the link into that. Also, this has not got the original wheels on. They should be like a chrome finish wheel. You can also get an optional little day glow fluorescent yellow wheels as well. Now, there were some optional parts for it. You could get a lightweight prop shaft, a 540 motor mount, lightweight counter gears, the wing which I already mentioned. So there's a few things you could do to these. As well as obviously you wanted to change out your wheels and tyres, you could. So I think also as well, actually, but I'm thinking on with the spur gear is like a 56 or a is it 50? Can't remember now. It's either 53 or 56 tooth spur, and failing that's a 59 one. It's around that sort of number. I can't remember what it is now. Now you can fit TA0102 spur gears in this, but it does require a bit of modification to get the gears in, because obviously a bit bigger than like a 50 odd tooth spur gear, but you can do it. As I said, if you check out the RC Racer, very detailed article there about these. Right, okay, so I'm going to ditch this a minute. I need that now. And I'll show you, I was lucky enough to get this, as I say, it's already been ball raced, which was cool. And then it also came with, which again was Ace, which is option part 314, or item 53314, and that's the RC Boys 4-wheel drive motor plate set for a 540 type motor. So there it is, and you get the I presume the alloy motor mount that you need to put in, a slightly larger pinion gear. It might be a 13 tooth. I think the kit one's a 9 tooth, and the Allen keys and the screws for it. So that was ace, because I wanted to put one of them in straight away, and lucky enough this one came with it. And then oddly, different seller, but it pops up around the same time. Would you believe it? Again, option part 321 and item 53321. You've got the RC Boys 4-wheel drive light propeller shaft. So there we go as well, new in packet. So that came up available as well. So I thought, right, I'll have that. So I bought them both. So obviously I haven't got the wing for it or the counter gear, lightweight counter gears. Not the end of the world, but I'm glad I picked up those two parts for it. And then I didn't get a manual or box for it at all. We just got the the sheet how to do the bodywork as well. Now it's not here yet, but rather interestingly as well, I picked up what did I pick up? I picked up a brand new in box body shell for this, with all the decals, driver, everything, £15. Now, I thought that was brilliant, so I've got that to put with this, and yeah, so I was well chuffed with that, so that's on its way, but it's not here yet. Also, I found this in my collection when I come to put all the equipment in this and get it going. I was going to put a Tamiya torque tuned in it, but I don't have one spare. So I've got this HPI Firebolt 15 turn brushed. Just going to put that in for it and see what it's like. Right, okay, let's just leave them there, and I say this is the Voltec Fighter. So I think that's pretty cool. It's you know, as I say, I don't think these things were overly popular, and they're probably a bit of a miss for Tamiya really, but you know, they tried. But I don't know, as a weird, odd-looking thing, I quite like it. It's cool. Right, let's show you the body shell coming off. Right, so on the back here is a bit like inspired by the 4-wheel drive mini racers. If you turn the exhausts here, and you pull that off, you can see what I'm doing, and that sort of unlocks the body shell for taking it off. And on either side, you've got these two little levers here that you push back, one either side, like that, and then it lifts up the shell, and then there's like a C clip on the front there, plastic C or L clip on the front, and then you can remove it like that. So there we go. Now it really does look like a 1/10 version of those little 4-wheel drive battery powered mini racers, and obviously I think that was the idea, trying to bridge that gap. But it's all new. It's never been used. There's no marks on it, which is grand. So we'll look to get this going fairly soon. But yeah, there it is. So you've got your motor cover there. That's where your 380 motor's sitting. And obviously they've made it big enough so you can get that 540 motor in there. Another thing I like as well, especially because this was aimed at obviously young kids, trying to build this up together and get involved with it. All the screws, you can use a screwdriver on them, but they're all hexagonal head screws. So you can use your little metal box wrench you get in the kit. Here and here, all them. You can use that on them, and that makes doing the screws maybe easier for some people. So that was quite a cool idea as well. Yeah, so I think it's wicked. These, I'm not sure what the wheels and tyres are offering. Such obviously some like 12mm hex buggy wheels, but I'm not sure what the tyres are. Can't see a name on them, a brand or anything. But yeah, so there you go. How cool is that? Yeah, well, I nearly picked up one of these, well, I'll say not that long back, but about a year or so back anyway. And they were new in box, unbuilt, and again, I didn't mind paying the money for them. I think they were about 70 quid, around there. Might be wrong, I can't remember now. And I was like, holding back, do I get it, do I get it, and then I missed my chance. But that's the way it goes. But yeah, so I've always like kept an eye out for one, and then this popped up, and I thought, right, I'm having that. And there we go. So yeah, I think that's ace. What I'll do is, as I say, this body shell is in good nick. There's no damage to it whatsoever. There's a bit of sticker peel on it, and also it does recommend that you paint this part in silver, and the visor here in black, and the back of the seat in black, which this one hasn't been done, and I'm sure there were lots like that that didn't get done. But I say, I've got that new body set, so maybe, just maybe, I'll do it to that one. But this one will be absolutely fine for now, and for possibly, for running this as well. So cool. Anyway, what I will do is, if you want to see it a bit closer up, I shall bring over the camera, and you can see it, can't you? Along with the cool optional parts that pretty much came with it. Cool. Right, just bear with me, I'll get the camera. So there you go. That is the Voltec Fighter chassis. That's so cool. I did want to get I've got one little mini 4-wheel drive racer somewhere, and I wanted to put it next to this, and so you could see it next to it, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. I think it's buried in a drawer full of Hot Wheels stuff. Anyway, there you go. That's the body shell for it. It's in good nick. As I say, there's no damage whatsoever. It's just lacking some painted detail on it. And say, there you go. There's the motor in there. You can see there's room for a 540. That's the body clip and how it mounts at the back. And then we've got the optional parts there. That's the optional 540 motor mount and pinion you need. And then that there is the prop shaft, the lightweight prop shaft. So there you go. I think that's pretty sweet. Hope you liked it. Hope you like checking this one out. We'll be back soon. This shouldn't take too long to get going. So that'll be cool. That'll be running soon. Also, just to let you know, I started work on the Car Show Optimum Mid Costworks edition. So that's underway as well. Right. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's much appreciated. Always appreciate everyone's support. And also, if you want, come and find us on Instagram and Facebook under Andy Robinson RC. Right, I'm going. I'll see you on the next one. Look after yourselves. And of course, take care. See you later. Bye.